Alright, so this worksheet will kind of get us ready to refresh our brains leading into the next section that we're going to do. We're going to start here with this page. We are going to graph when it's already in slope-intercept form. Remember, the slope tells you which direction you go, up or down, left and right, and the y-intercept is your starting point, where you start on the graph. Whenever we have a negative slope, remember that to associate with a negative with either the top or the bottom, but not both. Just like a positive, we can make this a -3 over -4, and we can go down 3 to the left 4 or up 3 to the right 4. Whereas over here, we're going to think of this as -3 over +4 or +3 over -4, which tells us we go down 3 to the right 4 or up 3 to the left 4. Whenever it's something like this, we can think of this as y equals -1x plus 5, and whole numbers we can make into a fraction. So this tells us to go down 1 to the right 1, and we put our dots and draw our lines. We're going to skip 4, and we are going to skip 5 for right now, so you guys are going to do 1, 2, 3, and 6. Just as a refresher, if you do number 1, you start at -3, so we go down 3, we put a dot there, and then we go up 3 to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, or we can go down 3 to the left 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and draw our line. So that's your example. Again, these are refreshers. We've done a lot of this in the previous 2 chapters. So over here, start at +5, then either go down 3 to the right 4, or up 3 to the left 4, put your other dot, and go ahead and plot those. I'll leave a key so we can check them during class to make sure you're getting them right. Go ahead and do that, work on that, pause this, and then when you're done, you're going to go to the next page. The next page is rewriting into slope-intercept form. Use this as your example. Remember, we're always solving for y, so we have to get the y portion by itself. So in this example, they're subtracting 4 from both sides, and they're rewriting the -4 and the +12 next to each other. Then you're dividing by whatever term is left over, in this case the -2. Reduce these, and you get this answer. Some of these we'll only have to do one step. When, for example, when this is a 1, all we're going to do is subtract x from both sides and rewrite y equals -x minus 15, and we're done. Over here, it's a 2-step problem, but you notice that the x is listed second. Still doesn't change what we do. We're going to subtract 8x from both sides. That will leave us with 2y equals -8x plus 1. And then we're dividing everything by 2, which would give us y equals -8 divided by 2 is -4x, and then 1 divided by 2 will be a 0.5, or you can leave it as a 1/2. So go ahead and do for these 3, 4, 5. 5, you notice that the x is already here. You just have to divide everything by 2, and we will skip 6. So practice that. Pause that, check your answers before you go on to the next one. When you're ready, go on to the next page. For this, we can skip most of these. Maybe if you want more practice, do 9 and 10. But you don't need to do any of the other ones. Those are set up pretty straightforward. Again, subtract 3x from both sides, divide by 2. Here, x is already there. We're just dividing everything by 3. The final page, we are going to graph, but we don't have our equations in slope-intercept form. So you're going to do what you did on the previous 2 pages with these, and then once you do that, you do what we do on page 1 with graphing. Probably set these up on a separate sheet of paper unless you're going to write small in the margins. I'll go ahead and do number 8 for you. So we have 3x minus 5y equals 15. And then I need to solve for y, so I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. Rewrite it as -5y equals negative 3x plus 15. That's a plus 15 because that's positive. And then I'm going to divide by negative 5, which will then become y equals, now here if you want to change this to positive you can and call it 3 over 5 x equals 15 divided by negative 5, oops, sorry, not equals, would equal negative 3, or you can leave it as y equals negative 3 over negative 5 x minus 3. So either one is fine, but when we graph it we start at negative 3, 1, 2, 3, put a dot, and we can go up 3 to the right 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we can go down 3 to the left 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you draw your line. When we start the next chapter, we'll be doing a lot of this. We're solving systems with linear equations, and the first step is to solve by graphing, so you'll be doing a lot of the graphing to start out the chapter. So for these, probably I did 8, try 7, try 9, try 11. And if you want to do the other ones, feel free to for extra practice.